Okay, Virgo. All right, so this is a powerful reading. I can already see that. Now, just on the surface, either like 80% of you are dealing with an air sign. We have 4 swords in your reading, so an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini, or this is just a incredibly powerful mental thought process, thinking about thinking month, okay? So let's look at your objectives, what you're doing. Oh man, this is intense, Virgo. We have the 4 of Swords. I mean, doesn't this card just explain it all? Do I really have to say anything at all? It's a female here, so it could be you, could be masculine, but Virgo is a feminine sign. So even if you're a male, Virgo is a feminine energy. This is like you saying, I just got to get away. Like I have to literally separate myself from something, someone, some situation, and just block everything out because I need to clear my thoughts. I need to clear my mind. I need to find myself. You're seeking solitude, interestingly enough, Virgo, in November. And who knows what was outside of this glass enclosure for you? Who knows what it was that brought you to this point? It could be a multitude of things because this is a general reading. It could be an air sign. It could be how you've been communicating with someone. It could be just how you've been thinking about a situation and you're like, I need to pause. I need to step back. We have a 4. So you're really trying to regain your sense of stability and your sense of mental clarity. And Virgo, you're known for that. I mean, you're known for having an incredibly sharp intellect. And whatever the situation is it threw you off your game. It threw you off your mental prowess, and you are ready to get it back and centered. Something did not manifest the way that you had hoped or dreamed or thought that it would. Honestly, I think that you thought that, I mean, you were like 199.9% sure that it would turn out a certain way, and it did not. Because the 4 of Swords is talking about some type of challenge or even something that did not work out that causes one to withdraw into themselves. And I feel in November, this isn't negative, so I don't want you to feel like it's negative. You have to do this. This is part of life. This is part of the journey. You have to detach from this, like mentally. It's like you have to cut yourself off from whatever the situation or person is so that you can get away. You've got to clear your energy. It can also talk about just needing some rest, some extra recovery time. And this is not bad because really what it's going to do is it's going to rejuvenate you. You're going to be able to regroup before you set out again. Whether this is in a relationship, a goal, a dream, an aspiration, you just need a little time. And so what you're valuing and identifying with, Virgo, is the 7 of Swords. This is the card of hope. So what I like about this is that you've been on a journey. And in fact, it has been a trek because you can see there's like this tunnel and it's like, you've come a long ways because you're at a 7, but there's still a little bit more ways to go. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's maybe not as bright and overpowering as you would hope it to be, but you know that it's there. You believe that it's there. You're exercising your faith. Even if you don't feel like it, you believe that there's hope in the situation. You're like, maybe it didn't turn out the way that I had hoped, but there's got to be a reason this happened. There has to be an answer, and I believe I will find it. Maybe I don't understand it now, but I believe that one day I will understand. Once again, it's a sword. It's a mindset. It's your thought processes. This is how you're thinking about things. It's also the number 7. To me, that's a divine number. So I do feel that you're praying more, you're asking for guidance, you're asking for wisdom, you're seeking God, you're having to be more spiritual, you're having to rely on your inner beliefs, really, because this is the card of having to persist despite many obstacles. But I feel that this is an affirmation, Virgo, that there is hope for you. There is a guarantee that even though there's been obstacles to realize your current dream, you will overcome. It will be overcome with patience and ultimately at the end of the day, your internal willpower. Again, it's like, be careful of your thoughts. Be careful of what you speak into existence. Always remember to speak positively and favorably of not only yourself, but also of others. And that can really be challenging if you've been hurt. I mean, we kind of have just like a dark, stormy energy down here. So there could be a temptation here to say mean things, to get upset when you're hurt and you have pain. You just want to like, meh. And this is just a reminder, don't go there. And realize that there are amazing things on your horizon. You are going to have to grow though. You are going to have to develop even more skills, even more persistence to attain that which you are really hoping for. This is a time that you are building character. The more that you can focus on the good and the positive in your life, the quicker you're going to get to that light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so possible illusion, distraction, or doubt. We have the sun. The sun represents to me, honestly, you at your best, shining your brightest self, feeling like you can accomplish anything you set your mind to, having total self-belief and self-confidence, and really just celebrating yourself, your core, your soul essence. So, I mean, to me, just on the surface, you're doubting yourself, some of you, this month, or there's a temptation to. Maybe you're not, but like, because of the struggle, because of something not working out the way you had hoped, because your goals are taking longer than you had thought or hoped or planned, it's like you want to doubt yourself. Like, maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe that's why it's not working out. No, this is an illusion. This is not true. This is actually who you are. This is how God sees you. You're this beautiful creature, creation, that's like a celebration of life. And if something did not work out, there's a reason it did not work out. Do not doubt yourself. Do not doubt that you have favor, that you have the right to be lucky, to be blissful, to have joy in your life. This is also the card of completion. It's like everything has come together perfectly, and it's like that happily ever after fairy tale. Ta-da! This is also the card of having all adversity overcome, or a assurance that it will be. So once again, you know, your faith is being hardcore tested. You have to realize, Virgo, that to whom has been given much, which you as a sign has been given much, too much is expected. You have a high calling. You are a gift to humanity. You are a service to humanity. And every sign has to go through a purifying process. So whatever this challenge has been for you, it's only been for your good, to draw you closer to God and ultimately to become stronger in yourself. So if you feel tempted to doubt this month, don't. It's an illusion and it's not real. And I know it's easier said than done. This card, the sun, can represent marriage. It can represent finances, health. And it's like at peace about that everything's falling into place. So I just feel that you're doubting stuff. And, you know, that's going to be something to work through and work on this month. Now, the right attitude to have, the strategies and the plans to be made. We have the King of Swords. So interesting. This is, you know, even though this is a sword, it's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Virgo is very cerebral, is very mental. And this is just, to me, this is like, exercise your logic at the highest capabilities this month. Take complete, absolute, and total control of your thought processes. Be like a drill sergeant when it comes to your mindset. Like, show no mercy, meaning that you have to think in your highest vibration and your highest frequency and what is going to propel you forwards. You have to be very authoritative with this. You have to be very direct. Like, there's no fluff. Don't get distracted. Don't get bogged down by woe is me or martyrdom or any of that crap. You've got to be very strict with yourself. You have to be obedient. You've got to create these standards for yourself, whether they're rules or laws or thought processes, whether they are actions, you know, whether it's your diet, your health, your habits. You have to obey them this month because you got to take care of yourself. This is a very important month for you to really be true to yourself, and don't even go there with anyone else, because this guy he knows who he is and people don't mess with him. So I feel that you're supposed to be your own inner authority, meaning that don't let someone else tell you what you're supposed to do or be. Like, you have to be in command of your own ship. It's not about looking outward for answers. It's about you answering to yourself and using your own resources to move forward in your life. This person knows their stuff. So for others of you, it could be academic. It could be pursuing academically knowledge, your thoughts, whatever is going to get you going, inspire your spirits. You know, Virgo is a very mental earth sign. So you need to feed your mind, feed your thoughts, self-help, counseling, education, meditation, affirmations, knowledge, books, whatever that is. I do feel that will help feed your soul. It's going to give you new ideas, a fresh perspective, new insights on where you're going to go now. And that totally coincides with the right attitude to have with yourself and others. We have the Ace of Swords. So this is a time for you to create your own reality. This is a time for you to write your own story, to complete your story. You know, you're in a phase where all things are possible for you, Virgo. And ultimately with people, yourself and others, there's a new beginning here. There's a fresh start. Whatever that looks like. It could be a new relationship. It could be a fresh perspective within a relationship. But ultimately, this is you showing your stuff. This is you demonstrating your gifts, your abilities, your charisma, your confidence, your self-belief. And this is a card also that can represent admiration and fame. So Virgo, like I said, you're being called to a higher vibration. You're being called to demonstrate and form skills that are going to help other people. And so I think that's what God is trying to do in a lot of you, is work out the junk so that you can show your stuff. And I think that by doing those things that are going to inspire you, you're going to rebuild your confidence and your strength, and it's going to create new beginnings in your life, in your relationships, and with others. So the outcome or the realization, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6 of your cards are air signs. It's just really crazy to me. This is the Fool. It is the sign of Aquarius. And you're ultimately, at the end of the day, you're just going to realize that your journey has just begun in some way. This is, once again, we're at 0. Your numbers are all, you're 0 here, you're 1 here. You're going to start over, Virgo, in some way, shape, or form. And even though part of you probably like, oh my gosh, I have to start over again, it's exciting because you don't know what the path and the journey has for you now. It's unexpected, it's new, but it's exciting at the same time. You are going to step out again. You can tell he's taking a big old step into a path that is unknown or untraveled. And this is really about, you know, you're going to just start seeing more potential that maybe was right under your nose. Maybe you didn't even realize it. You might be required here to take a step of faith or a leap of faith, but you're definitely in this phase where you're growing. There's no doubt about that. And I also feel that this is going to tap into like your childlike wonder and excitement. I feel by the end of the month, you're going to have a fresh perspective on whatever has been troubling you. You will be open to these changes. You'll be open to these possibilities. And this time that you took that was necessary for you to detach yourself and then to kind of put that energy back into you is only going to help you. You know, you're going to get inspired. You're going to see new hope, new possibilities. And I do feel by the end of the month, you're going to have a fresh new beginning and journey